Jam is an experience like no other. A phenomenon that is trending across the world. Born from raw power. Driven by fearless competitors. Strength is measured in horsepower. And emotions that are pushed to their edge. But the true force, the spark that ignites it all, is you, the fans.
You are the roar that pushes us to drive harder and go higher. We need your energy. So get up, get loud. Every clap, every cheer.
This is your house.
This is your moment. We can feel it.
We can hear you.
Des Moines, are you ready? I said, are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready for Monster Jam?
Des Moines, this is Monster Jam.
Des Moines, Iowa, welcome to Monster Jam! It's time for the first competition of today's event. It's time for JCB Racing, where all 8 trucks have been bracketed into a random draw, and they will now race it out on the track to see which 4 move on to the semifinals and continue on to try to get the first 8 points of today's event. I know the Casey Center is ready, but Monster Jammers, who's ready for JCB Racing?
Coming up first from Whittier, California, it's Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. And his opponent from Oak Harbor, Washington. Give it up for Carson Williams, Thunder Roris. This is the 13th meeting between both of these drivers right now, with El Toro Loco at 12-0 against Thunder Roris. We'll see if the Crazy Bull will continue to dominate. So far, he's been undefeated against Thunder Roris, or that Apex Predator might bridge the gap. Let's go, green! Your winner is El Toro Loco. I received word from the officials that unfortunately Thunder Roris has now been disqualified. He's received a DQ for damaging the turn pole out on the track. Keep in mind that there's a cone on each side, and once those have been destroyed during the racing pass, keep in mind that driver will receive a DQ. Big shout out right now. Look at the track. We have our US HRA tech official heading out to replace the cone. Let's give him a big round of applause here at Monster Jam. They move with speed and they make sure that the race is fair across the board. But we're going to keep things moving along. Coming up next, all the way from Williamsport, Maryland, it's Matt Cody, Grave Digger. And his opponent from Huntington, West Virginia. Let's get loud for Cliff Turner, Velociraptor. This is now the 13th meeting between both of these drivers, right now with Grave Digger at 7-5 against Velociraptor. Hang on a second, Monster Jam fans. Take a look up at the Super Cool Glitch, the action replay. You'll be able to see in just a moment which of these superstars crossed the finish line. First, it was a little too close to call, but there you see it, Grave Digger and Velociraptor neck and neck until the very, very end. Look even closer to see which Monster Jam truck had those front two BKT tires. And I've just gotten word, your winner is Grave Digger. That's right, now at 8-5 against Velociraptor, Grave Digger is moving on to the semifinals. I've also gotten word, Monster Jam fans, that unfortunately Velociraptor, just like Thunder Roris, did receive a penalty for hitting that turn pole. There you see our US HRA tech official replacing it out on the track. Once again, anytime those are hit during a race pass, it is an automatic DQ or disqualification during the JCB racing competition. That's why both El Toro Loco and Grave Digger have now moved on to face off each other during the semifinals. Third matchup of the JCB racing competition from Sarasota, Florida, it's Angelina Knock, Megalodon. She'll be racing against the man from Lafayette, Louisiana. It's Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This is only the third meeting this season between both of these drivers. Right now with Monster Mutt Dalmatian at 2-0 against Megalodon. They're both set at that starting line. Let's go green! Your winner is Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Blake Granger is now at 3-0 against Angelina Knock in Megalodon. Therefore, he will be moving on to the semifinal round of the JCB racing competition. Last matchup of round one for JCB Racing. Make some noise for Alex Barden, Earthshaker. And his opponent from Cadillac, Michigan, Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Both of these drivers have been competing against each other all season, looking to see who is going to take home the next JCB Racing win between the two. Keep in mind, we've got a dinosaur on the track and we've got a dump truck, both approaching that starting line and looking for all four amber lights before they take off. We've got them. Let's go. Hang on a second, Monster Jam fans. Too close to call between Jurassic Attack and Earthshaker. We're going to turn it back up to the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay for the officials to be able to take a very close look to see which two BKT tires have succeeded. And I've just been given word, your winner is Earthshaker. That's right, Earthshaker is moving on to the semifinals. A very exciting round one of the JCB Racing competition. First up, we saw El Toro Loco versus Thunderoris, and then we also saw Gravedigger versus Velociraptor. Both El Toro Loco and Gravedigger have moved on to face off each other during the semifinal round because, unfortunately, Thunderoris and Velociraptor did both receive a DQ or disqualification for hitting the turn pole. Third matchup was Megalodon versus Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and Monster Mutt Dalmatian stole the victory. Last but certainly not least, the closest call we've seen all evening, Jurassic Attack versus Earthshaker, and the dump truck has now taken the victory. Fastest four now in the semifinals.
Monster Jam fans, we are now down to the final four trucks as they get ready to take on the track and see which two move on to the finals and fight it out for the first 8 points of today's event. I know section 112 is ready, but Casey Center, who's ready for more JCB Racing?
First matchup of the semifinal round, it's El Toro Loco versus Gravedigger. This is now the 9th meeting between both of these superstars right now, with El Toro Loco at 6-2 against Gravedigger. Your winner is El Toro Loco. That's right. Now El Toro Loco is 7-2 against Gravedigger. We've got one finalist for the JCB Racing competition, and now we need one more. Last matchup of the semifinal round, it's Earthshaker versus Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This is now the 23rd meeting between both of these drivers, and in fact, they are the fastest two on Arena Championship Series West. We'll see who will take it home. Your winner is Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now at 15-8 against Earthshaker, Blake Granger will be moving on to the finals to face off Armando Castro and El Toro Loco.
All right, Monster Jam fans, we started with 8, but we're down to the final 2. They are going to race it out and see which one is the JCB Racing champion and which one gets the first 8 points of today's event. Now, I know everyone else is ready, but are you guys ready for some
Coming up first from Whittier, California, he's celebrating 25 years since the debut of that crazy bull. Make some noise for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. And his opponent, the fastest man on the series. Get loud for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This is now the 21st meeting between both of these drivers right now, with Monster Mutt Dalmatian at 15-5 against El Toro Loco. We'll see if the next winner will be the puppy dog or the crazy bull. Let's go green! Your winner is El Toro Loco. That's right, that crazy bull is bridging the gap between himself and the puppy dog. Now he is at 6 wins against Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Blake Granger at 15. We'll see what happens next throughout the event. But first, El Toro Loco has taken home the first 8 points of the event right here tonight. Once again, he's been undefeated so far in Des Moines, Iowa, and now this puts him at his 9th JCB Racing competition win of the series on Arena West. Des Moines, Iowa, I'm proud. I know you are too. Give it up for him one more time. El Toro Loco.
Armando Castro, a win in JCB Racing. You're on a roll here in Iowa, and it's got to feel pretty good considering who's here tonight.
Exactly right, man. Back-to-back for racing wins. This was incredible to be on the pod again. This tour has so many talented racers on this track. There's so much experience behind the scenes, man. Each driver's got so much talent. I'm just a young kid that had a dream to be up here on this pod with no motorsports background. And let me show you guys that anything is possible, man. This track is probably one of the funnest I've been on. It is very, very sketchy. This dirt is very sticky, so you know I had to risk the biscuit. Blake is a fast racer, has been racing his whole life, so I knew I had to throw the marbles and just lay it on the track, man, and it worked in our favor. I knew I had to come in hard the last turn, kind of pitch the rear end, and they came back around, and we let the 1,500 horsepower do the rest of the job, man. Are you guys having fun at Monster? Make some noise!
You know, tracks are always more fun when you're winning, and we're going into two-wheel skills where you are a world champion. How do you feel going into it? What do you got in store for us?
We won the competition earlier today. It is so tough. Every element we come out here, it's always different. The ramps change. The dirt changes. Sometimes it's tackier. Sometimes it's more slick. But you know what we're defending? We won it into 2024 at the Monster Jam World Finals. I feel like there's always a target on my back when they come out here, but that's all right. I tend to do way better in pressure. And there's one guy up here, like I said, Bill Easterly. Thank you for always, believing in me. And that guy up there, there's a guy up there. He don't like to be in the spotlight, but there's a guy named Bill up here that gave me the job, man. He made my dream a reality, so thank you. I always be appreciating you. I'm having fun, man. This is the big toy box. It's about to get crazy. Dustin Brown, that was a racing win for you. I know you're a racer at heart. Thank you. Are you having fun at Monster Jam? Make some noise.
Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
First attempt from Thunderoris. That right there was a popper attempt. Keep in mind, he still has one more remaining.
Scoring is now open. Iowa, make sure to scan the code up on the screen or head to judgeszone.com. Type in the city code DES for Des Moines, and then slide that BKT tire up or down to lock in your score for that two-wheel skills run. But then when you're done, I want to hear you get loud for Carson Williams in Thunderoris.
That's right. We talked a little bit earlier, Jack and I, up at the desk about the track conditions, and the dirt is really tacky. Either these Monster Jam tires will stick or they'll slide, and we saw that, unfortunately, with Thunderoris in this first run. Scores are locked at judgeszone.com. Let's take a look and see what you gave him. 3.803. That is your score to beat. One more time for Carson Williams. Coming up next, once again from Huntington, West Virginia, please help me welcome back to the track, Cliff Turner, Velociraptor.
Head to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores. But I want to hear you guys get loud for that dinosaur. Let's hear it for Cliff Turner in Velociraptor.
That's right, and while you are cheering, don't forget to get that score in, and make sure you hit that submit button to make sure your score qualifies at judgeszone.com. Cliff Turner was up here at the desk with me earlier talking about how he's really felt comfortable behind the wheel on his rookie season in that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. He has the support of his fellow competitors as well as many more people across the globe, and all of you incredible fans. He's looking to take home a win. Let's see. The score for Velociraptor is 4.597. Monster Jam fans, give it up one more time for Velociraptor. There you see it on the Super Glue to the Action replay. A really great sky wheelie from Velociraptor. Cliff Turner deciding to take it old school a little bit during his two-wheel skills. But we're moving it on over to our leading lady on the series. Let's see those shark arms in the air for Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Right there from the shark. That was a stoppie, balancing that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck on those front two BKT tires. She still has one more attempt remaining.
Scoring's open, Iowa. Scan the code, lock them in, and then let me see you stick those arms out for those jaws of life and make some noise for Angelina Knock in Megalodon.
Something that I think is pretty cool about Angelina Knock is the fact that each time she comes out on the track, she does something bigger and better every single weekend. She's one of our superstars that never gives up or never holds back. That very first attempt, once again, was a stoppie, perfectly executed, perpendicular to the track. And then that last one, also taking it old school, was the big and the bold sky wheelie. But was it enough for that top spot? The score for Megalodon is... We've got ourselves a new leader, and this is the highest two-wheel skills challenge score she's received this season, 8.256. There you have it. One more time for Angelina Knock. Check out the replay. There you see it again, a shark tail in the air in a stoppie. A little bit of nose wheelie action as well in that first attempt during two-wheel skills. Our next competitor is excited to come on back. Please put your hands together for a warm welcome for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. First attempt at a stoppie with a little bit of moonwalk action up the pod. He made it look easy. Let's see what he does for his second attempt. He does it again, but he reverses it a little bit, or if I should say, goes forward a little bit with some nose wheelie action and tosses his steering wheel out of the window. Monster Jam fans, take a look closer at the screen. There you see it on the track. The steering wheel is hanging out as he still maintains perfect precision and control in a combination maneuver.
The steering wheel is an unnecessary accessory for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Lock in those scores now at judgeszone.com for that incredible two-wheel run.
Tim Hall Jr. always impresses and goes for something that you don't quite expect to see. Not only did he demonstrate a two-wheel skill, he included a combination, so he went from a stoppie into a nose wheelie into a moonwalk, flipped onto those back two BKT tires, and did a wheelie off of the pod, ending with a slap wheelie, bouncing those front two tires off the track. Quadruple combination from that dinosaur, but was it enough for the top spot? Oh, and he threw his steering wheel out the window. No big deal, Tim Hall Jr. The score for Jurassic Attack is... We've got another new leader, 8.912. That is your score to beat. Casey Center, let's hear it again for Jurassic Attack. There you see it up on the video board, the Super Glue to the Action replay as he wheelies off the pod and lands into a slap wheelie, finishing his second maneuver at the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. But Monster Jam fans, sit tight. We have more action coming up. And our next competitor of the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge has something that they'd like to say. A little healthy competition from Armando Castro, quite literally blowing smoke at his fellow competitor. We'll see how he kicks off the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. I mean, not only is he technically skilled, but I think that Crazy Bull is flexible as well. He's also, once again, challenging the dinosaur, blowing smoke at him, trying to see if he can surpass his score. Armando Castro still has one more attempt remaining.
Smoke snorting snout. That is a man who has won a Two Wheels World Championship. Scan that code, lock in the score, then throw up the boards for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
That's right. Armando Castro demonstrated he is super skilled once again, making it look easy. And he says it all the time. He's proud of his accomplishments, but it is not easy to drive, let alone maneuver and completely control a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. There you see him pointing at all of you incredible fans. Currently, your score to beat belongs to Jurassic Attack with an 8.912. And the score for El Toro Loco is so close. He's in second place. He missed it by .004 points. which means your score to beat still belongs to Jurassic Attack. And Monster Jam fans, I heard the boos, but if you don't like the scores you're seeing, you have the power. Take out those cell phones and get your scores in at judgeszone.com, because you can change what happens during the event. Nevertheless, still a great run. Give it up one more time for the Crazy Bull. We're gonna keep things rolling along. Coming up next is the Puppy Dog. I need you to get loud one time for Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Puppy Dog wants to hear you yell, Monster Jam fans. Get loud. He's waving those front two BKT paws at you. First attempt was a combination in that Monster Jam truck. He still has one more remaining.
Scoring is now open. Iowa, scan that code, lock it in, but then you know what to do. Get as loud as you can for Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
That's right. I'm not going to lie, Monster Jam fans. I was on the edge of my seat in that second attempt. Not sure if Blake Granger would be able to get the Puppy Dog on all four of those BKT paws or if he would roll, but he just demonstrated exactly why. He is in full control of that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. Scores are currently locked at judgeszone.com. And the score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is enough for third place. Still a great score, 8.411. One more time for Blake Granger. We're gonna keep the competition going. It's one of the fastest in the sport. I need you to get loud one time for the man from Rockport, Texas, behind the wheel of that dump truck. Put your hands together for Alex Barden, Earthshaker. First attempt from Earthshaker. He still has one more attempt remaining. picture perfect verticality on those front two tires. So Jam fans, get your scores in at judgeszone.com while you still have some time on the clock. But first, let's hear it one time for Earthshaker. Alex Barden, proud to see him come out here and attempt the same maneuver but do it better. Going up onto the pod into a popper and then not only balancing on those front two tires but becoming completely still. It's a great feat. Full perpendicular to the track, picture perfect verticality in that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. And I gotta say, Alex, I was taking my microscope over here trying to see if you were completely still, and you were. Complete balance. But let's see what you gave him at judgeszone.com. Looks like the score's enough for 5th place. Still a great score, 7.342. One more time for Earthshaker. Take a look up there at the replay. We see it. Him backing up in a moonwalk up on the pod during the two-wheel skills challenge, balancing on those front two BKT tires. Very excited to see what else he does this weekend. Still a great run. Our next competitor and final one of the two-wheel skills challenge. I need everybody to get loud for Matt Cody, Gravedigger. First attempt, pretty impressive how Matt Cody managed to save that maneuver, and he turned it into a combination. He was going for a popper up on the pod and then sent that Monster Jam truck backwards onto those back two BKT tires and then landed on all four. He still has one more attempt remaining. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. Put your hands together one more time for Matt Cody, Gravedigger. There we saw in that last combination a stoppie into a moonwalk up on the pod as he walked that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck across. It's moves like that that have earned him the seat behind the wheel of that black and green wrecking machine, which has been in the business for over 40 years. Monster Jam fans, get those scores in while you still have some time on the clock before scores are locked, and make sure you don't forget to hit that submit button. Scores are now locked at judgeszone.com, and the score for Gravedigger is enough for 4th place, 8.274, which means your two-wheel skills challenge winner is Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. This is exactly why he has earned the nickname Timmy Two-Wheel. He comes out here and he throws his steering wheel out the window like it's nothing. This is now his 13th two-wheel skills challenge win of the season. He has the second most out of all 8 of these superstars. Casey Center, get loud for Tim Hall Jr. one more time.
Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, once again winning a two-wheel skills challenge. You know, those people work hard on those steering wheels, and you're throwing them out like they're unnecessary. Talk to me about your big win.
You know what, man? You know, that's something that we shine in. We've all kind of been struggling all weekend here on this pod with the two-wheel skills, and I think, you know, Armando and El Toro, he had a good two-wheel skills. Blake did too. It could have been any one of us on here that got the win, but I think with me going first, having the first, you know, better-ish two-wheel skill, it really got me this win. But, you know, sometimes throwing that steering wheel out is a little extra thing I like to do, that superior steering wheel. You know, those things are made right here in Iowa, and they're pretty darn tough. I've ran that thing over probably, 10 times now, and I got to give a big shout-out to them because they're supporting us with them steering wheels. But thank you guys, Iowa. This means a lot getting this win. And, you know, we got freestyle left, so let's see what happens.
You know, speaking of freestyle, you said it's coming up next. That's a lot of people's favorite event. What do you got planned for us? What are you going to do to keep the wins rolling?
We're just going to see what happens, man. Go out here and try to have fun. I'm just a kid that always wanted to drive Monster Jam trucks, and I made it happen. And we've been struggling on this pod, but I think we're getting it figured out now, and we're going to see what happens. Let's go out there, have fun. You never know.
Well, one more time, folks. Let's hear it for Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack. Now, we have a rule here with FMX. The louder you get, the higher they fly. So I need everybody here at the KC Center to get as loud as you can as we see FMX do the impossible. Let's hear it for Taylor Eddins. And I want you to get loud for Billy Wilson. Turn up the volume for Dean Pate. Give it up for Cody Elkins. Now, Des Moines, Iowa, we need you to keep that volume high as the superstars continue to take to the skies. If you must blink, do it now, because you will not want to miss anything that happens at the FMX. Now I need everyone here in Iowa to get loud. I need everyone to get noisy. I need everyone to get a little rowdy. But most of all, I need you to make some noise. Now, Des Moines, Iowa, are you guys ready to kick it up a notch? Well, I'm glad you said that, because it's time for the FMX Best Trick Competition. These four superstars are going to take to the ramp and show us the very best tricks they have. And then you guys are going to go to judgeszone.com the same way you've done with those Monster Jam trucks. And you're going to let us know which one you think is the very best. So, Des Moines, Iowa, KC Center, who's ready for the FMX Best Trick Competition.
That's right, all the way from Marietta, California, it's Taylor Eddins. This is his third season with Monster Jam. He's on that Yamaha 450. Very excited to be here in Des Moines, Iowa. He started off racing and now does freestyle. And fun fact, he also works in the construction industry.
Scoring is now open. Scan the code and lock them in. Working in the construction industry, setting up skyscrapers to jump them, it looks like to me. Des Moines, Iowa, let's hear it for Taylor Eddins.
That's right, and if you don't know what that trick is, it looked like it was a seat grab from Taylor Eddins. Check out the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. We'll see if we can see it again. I've got to say, every time Taylor comes out from city to city, he impresses me each and every weekend. We've had the privilege of being with him all season. Let's see what you decided to give him right there at judgeszone.com. 7.129, that is your score to beat. One more time for Taylor Eddins. Our second competitor of the Best Trick Competition from Phoenix, Arizona. Please help me welcome Billy Wilson. He's on a Kawasaki 450 and he's been riding freestyle 5 years pro. He's been with Monster Jam for a little bit, and he actually started off with a BMX background racing. He went pro at the age of 13. We'll see what he kicks off for us during the Best Trick Competition right here, right now at Monster Jam.
Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores for the one and only Billy Wilson.
I gotta say, Billy, typically I call that the captain, but I'm gonna change the name. I wanna call it the captain found his goal, because you opened your arm out to the audience and you showed off all the gold. Check it out, Monster Jam fans. That's right, the captain found his goal. Monster Jam fans, a pretty cool trick. Actually, I've never seen it in FMX, and that's exactly why Billy's on the road with us here at Monster Jam. Let's see if it was enough for the top spot. The score for Billy Wilson is, that's right, 7.249. He is your new leader and new score to beat. Third competitor of the Best Trick Competition from Paso Robles, California. Give it up for Dean Pate. Also on a Kawasaki. He is very excited to be here once again with Monster Jam. He's been with the company 7 years, been riding professionally for 10 years, and fun fact, he builds cars. He's also, alongside Billy Wilson, one of our international riders. He's been across the globe to and fro, showing off his incredible maneuvers.
Scoring is open. Head over to judgeszone.com, scan the code, and lock it in. He may build cars, but he flies like a jet plane. Let's hear it for Dean Pate.
That's right. Keep your attention up on the video board. It looks like he went to a backflip and was attempting a heel clicker combination right at the top of that. Just about, almost, not bad though. Still lands on both of those bike tires perfectly as he comes around. I thought you were gonna hit a split. You basically did, Dean. Right here, right now in Des Moines, Iowa, he is undefeated so far in the Best Trick Competition, but you, the fans, get to determine if he wins. Scores are being tabulated right now at judgeszone.com. And the score for Dean Pate is, looks like we got a new leader, 9.016. That is your score to beat. We have one more competitor for the Best Trick Competition. Please help me welcome from Henrietta, Oklahoma, Cody Elkins. Also on a Kawasaki 450. He started riding when he was 12 years old. I asked him what he got him started, and he said, it's because I have some awesome parents, man. They got him involved with motocross at a young age. He's been with Monster Jam for a total of 24 years. And fun fact, he's the first person to ever jump a flying airplane. Like I said, Cody Elkins has been in the business for quite some time, over 2 decades. Let's see what he does for us today for the final jump.
Scoring is open. Lock in those scores now at judgeszone.com. 2 decades of jumping, 2 stories in the air. Give it up for Cody Elkins.
That's right. It's maneuvers like that that have earned him the Guinness World Record holder for the longest moving quad jump. But we saw a whip from him. To be honest, Jack, I thought that Cody was going to go full circle around in that huge whip. Lots of power behind the handlebars. But was it enough for the top spot? Current score to beat is with Dean Pate. And the score for Cody Elkins is 9.258, which means Cody Elkins is your best trick competition winner.
But you know what? We're not done yet, Des Moines. Do you want a little more? I said, do you want a little more? We're going to take these FMX superstars and we're going to send them up that jump, one right after the other. We call it a train, folks. Remember, the louder you get, the higher they fly. So all together, I want you to go choo-choo as they jump. Let me hear you. You know what, Des Moines? I think we can get them to do it again. You want them to do it again? Well, have I got some good news for you? We're going to line up our superstars and we're going to see what else they can give us as they blitz us with jumps. Remember, I need you to get loud. Do you guys want to see it one more time? Then I need to hear you say it. One more time. One more time. Get loud.
I think that might be the first time I've ever seen Taylor Edits do a cliffhanger. Monster Jam fans, how exciting was that special treat? I know I had a great time. I hope you did too. Put your hands together one more time for Taylor Edens, Billy Wilson, Dean Pate, and Cody Elkins, our freestyle motocross team.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now standing by with our FMX Best Trick Competition winner, Cody Elkins. And Cody, talk to me about what it's been like to get to do these kind of moves in front of a crowd like Des Moines, Iowa here today.
Oh man, there's no better feeling, you know. Honestly, I want to say shout out to all of you parents out there because you guys are amazing. I have parents just like you bringing your kids to the Monster Truck Show. That was my gift every year. My parents would bring me to the Monster Truck Show for my birthday. And I always dreamed about being on this floor, you know, and thanks to my parents for telling me that I could do anything I wanted to do as long as I was willing to work hard enough for it and never give up on it. And that's the same for all you kids. No matter what you guys want to do, no matter what you want to be, you can be anything as long as you're willing to work hard for it and never give up on it. You know, like I said, man, it's thanks to those parents like you, and my good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I'm still out here doing it 24 years later.
You know, you mentioned all the kids. that may want to be doing this in the future, follow their dreams, what advice do you have? Is there anything they can do if they want to get on one of these bikes and do what you do?
Honestly, start small, wear the right equipment, make sure you're safe, and have fun. As long as you're having fun, you're going to progress to anything. Like I said, anything you want to do. As long as you have fun with it, you're going to progress. But you can't progress if you're hurt, so wear the right gear, start small, take it slow, it takes time. Everything worthwhile takes time.
Always great advice. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it for our FMX Best Trick Competition winner, Cody Elkins. Des Moines, we have reached the pinnacle of today's event. It's time for Monster Jam Freestyle. Scoring is now open. Lock them in now using that BKT tire. And then let me hear you roar for the dinosaur. Let's hear it for Carson Williams in Thunderoris.
That's right, first one out of the gate, and it was a great run from Thunderoris. Something that's really special about Carson Williams is the fact that he really gets your adrenaline going during his runs, and he's proud. He's up on that Monster Jam truck, flossing for you fans. I told you, he's our dancing driver on the series. Very proud, looking to take home his first win. Scores are now locked at judgeszone.com. And the score for Thunderoris is 6.828. One more time for Carson Williams. Coming up next, we have a very special superstar, our beautiful, our bold leading lady on the series. Please help me welcome Angelina Knock, Megalodon! Hang on a second, Monster Jam fans. Clock is paused right at 30 seconds. Our USHRA tech officials are going to make sure Megalodon will be able to refire. I know Angelina Knock was really excited. It looks like she's refired. Let's pump her up.
Scoring is now open. Scan the code, lock it in, and then let me see those big jaws of life as you get loud for Angelina Knock in Megalodon.
Angelina Knock, I gotta say, I don't know if it's just the fact that you are excited to be in Des Moines or if it's because Zuli gave you the best intro. But I gotta say, you are really thriving behind the wheel of that Monster Jam truck in a Megalodon. It's been really exciting to see your progression over just the last few weeks. Scores are now locked at judgeszone.com. And the score for Megalodon is... we got a new leader, 7.150. That is your score to beat. One more time for Megalodon. Coming up next, it's Team Dinosaur, the leader of the pack. Please help me welcome Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack.
Scoring is now open. Scan that code, lock them in. And then let's hear it for Tim Hall Jr. in Jurassic Attack.
That's right, Tim Hall Jr. I don't know what you ate for lunch, but it's definitely showing in your performance on the track. Thumbs in the air for that Monster Jam truck. He's already taken home one competition of the event. So far, that was the two-wheel skills challenge. Can he take home another one? Tim Hall Jr. is looking for you all to get loud, get bold. Let me hear you scream for that dinosaur, Des Moines. Scores are locked at judgeszone.com, and the score for Jurassic Attack is... we've got another new leader, 7.218. One more time for Tim Hall Jr.
Monster Jam fans, we're having a good time so far today. I'm hanging out with the Luna family, who are Monster Jam super fans. In fact, you guys were here earlier today. You're here tonight. You're going to be here tomorrow as well. Des Moines, let's give it up for the Luna family real quick. Now, we have something we call Crush It or Crash It. We're going to show a video, and you have to tell us whether or not they crush it or crash it. Crush it means they land. Crash it means they don't. So we're going to show that video. Let's take a look up at the video board. As we see Gravedigger up on those front two BKTs. Now, do they crush it or crash it? Luna family, I think you guys have a pretty good idea, but let me hear you. Do they crush it or crash it? They all say crash it. Let's see what happens. Folks, they got it right. They crashed it. Let's hit Luna family. Now, you guys were here this morning. You're coming back tomorrow. I want to make sure you guys have the energy to keep on going. So I'm going to give you this $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse so you can fuel up after the event, get whatever you want, get some desserts if you'd like. I don't know if that's okay with mom and dad, but this is for you guys and everyone. If you're hungry after the event, check out Texas Roadhouse. This is for you guys. Let's give another big round of applause.
In the mood for a hearty hand-cut steak and tasty made-from-scratch sides? Head on down to Texas Roadhouse for legendary food and legendary service. Download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app to join the wait list. And be sure to scan the QR code up on the video board right here tonight for a free appetizer. Coming up next, it's our 2025 Fall Stadium Series champion. Make some noise for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Looks like he might be lining up for that Morgan and Morgan backflip. And he does it! Sends it across all fours, landing perfectly.
Scoring is now open. You better head over to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores and then turn it up for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Armando Castro took it old school, ending with a beautiful finale of multiple donut revolutions. I don't know what's gotten into Armando lately. He really is as crazy as the bull he is driving. Monster Jam fans, what a wild ride he just took us on. Currently, your score to beat is with Jurassic Attack at a 7.218. And the score for El Toro Loco is... We got a new leader, 9.234. That is your score to beat. Take a look at that super glue to the action replay, a picture-perfect Morgan and Morgan backflip into a moonwalk, and then once again that beautiful finale with multiple revolutions of donuts. It's moves like that that has earned him a series championship multiple times and a world championship. But we're going to keep things moving along. Des Moines, Iowa, please help me welcome back to the track, Cliff Turner, Velociraptor.
Scoring is now open. Head on over to judgeszone.com to lock them in. And then turn up that volume for Cliff Turner in Velociraptor.
That's right. Cliff Turner has already taken home a competition win so far this series. On his rookie season, he's looking to take home another one, really getting comfortable behind the wheel of that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. It shows each and every weekend out on the track, learning from his fellow competitors who've been in the game for quite some time and also being challenged by them, I think has really soared Cliff Turner up the rankings in his skills. Scores are locked at judgeszone.com. Let's see what you gave him. Great score, enough for fifth place, 6.528. One more time for Velociraptor. Monster Jam fans, thanks to all of your donations, we have now been able to break $60,000 raised right here this weekend on Arena Championship Series West. And there you see on the video board, our St. Jude ambassador of the event. It goes to Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. He's about to come out to the track. And keep in mind, he is our reigning World Finals Freestyle Champion, Casey Center. Let's hear it for the puppy dog.
open. Scan the code, lock them in, and let me hear you get loud for Blake Granger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Monster Jam fans, take a look up there at that QR code. Right there is where you want to make sure you scan to get that score in for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now, I was watching that run with my friend Zuli. What was that move that he just did?
A wheelie.
That's right. That was a wheelie we just saw from Blake Granger and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. He's really been throwing it down and carrying the series in the lead so far this season. Scores are locked at judgeszone.com. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is enough for second place, 8.782. A great score. Get loud one more time for Blake Granger. The look at that Super Glue to the Action replay. Some of the biggest air we've seen all weekend. Something that we love to watch with Blake Granger is how aggressive he is as a driver and how he tries different maneuvers each time he comes out to the track. But we still got more Monster Jam Freestyle coming up. Our next competitor has something that he'd like to say.
Moines, I can't hear you. Make some noise. It's time for Earthshaker's Freestyle.
Monster Jam fans, scoring is now open at judgeszone.com, so get that score in right now while you still have some time on the clock. We saw Alex Barden compete all evening long, demonstrating his need for speed and his technical precision behind the wheel, and we saw him get a little wild in that dump truck, maneuvering to and fro, up and over and across the pod. Alex Barden is looking to take home a freestyle win this season, and the power lays in your hands in those smartphones. So get those scores in right away at judgeszone.com while you still have a little bit of time left on the clock. And also, let's hear it for Monster Jam driver Alex Barden. Scores are now locked, and the score for Earthshaker is 6.218. One more time for Earthshaker. Coming up next, piloting that black and green wrecking machine, our 2024 Arena West champion. Get loud for Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com, so make sure you get it in. It's your final opportunity to score. And let's hear it for Matt Cody, Grave Digger. Monster Jam fans, like I said before, this is your final opportunity to get that score in at judgeszone.com. Matt Cody has the most freestyle competition wins on Arena Championship Series West, a total of 19 so far. He's showing right there with his hand motions that there's some breakage happening with that Monster Jam truck. That last maneuver, it looks like he was going for a bicycle, but he's been having a lot of issues with that truck. Nonetheless, still an excellent run. And I've just gotten word that scores are locked at judgeszone.com, and the score for Grave Digger is 8.661, which is enough for third place, which means your freestyle and overall event champion is El Toro Loco. There you see Armando Castro up on the pod celebrating his win once again here in Monster Jam. I've got to say, Armando Castro has really been throwing it down throughout the season. So far now, as far as overall event championships, he's now at 14 for the season. Freestyle wins, he's at 15 for the season. We'll have the opportunity to hear from Armando Castro in just a moment. But Des Moines, Iowa, can we make some noise for him one more time?
Armando Castro, here we are again on the pod, BKT Overall Event Championship. I'm going to hand that over to you. Man, you've got to be feeling pretty good here in Des Moines.
Oh, absolutely, Jack. You know, we're 2 for 2 so far. I can't thank each and every one of you guys for coming out here and supporting us, especially supporting this truck, man, for 25 years. Thanks to you guys always supporting this truck. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm standing on this pod once again, holding this in my hand. This is literally a battle to the very end, and we dominated. We took it. That's what it's all about, having a good time. It is so competitive on this tour. I don't have to worry about anybody else. Just go out there and have fun and just run my own race. Everybody wants to win the tour. Everybody wants to get the automatic bid at the Monster Jam World Finals in Salt Lake City this year in 4th of July weekend. You know, the top dogs are going to be out there. Hopefully I get the call to make it out. We're trying to get that #1 spot. Blake is not making it easy for me. It's all about being consistent. But there's another special person here that's in the crowd. He's probably not going to like this, but there's a guy named Nick Shamp. He's got the El Toro Loco crew shirt over there. That guy's been a good friend of mine throughout the years. He is literally one of the hardest El Toro Loco. He is one of my #1 fan. That guy down there actually has my signature and my custom helmet that I had painted, tattooed on his leg. It's literally stuff like that that makes this worthwhile, man. I never thought in a million years I would be in this position having people tattoo my signature. So thank you, Sham, for supporting me throughout the years, buddy. This one's for you. Des Moines, man, we got one more tomorrow. Come out, check us out. If you had fun at Monster Jam, make some noise. Arriba los Latinos, los quiero mucho.
Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
An incredible event culminates once again with Armando Castro taking home that BKT Overall Event Championship. Monster Jam fans, that puts him even closer to possibly going and throwing it down at World Finals. I've got to say, once again, my name is Janissa Cruz, your play-by-play host. On behalf of myself, our pit reporter, Jack Farmer, and everyone at Felt Entertainment, we had a blast, and we hope you did too. And we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.